Hello, this is Valerie at my Scrap Chick, and I'm going to be putting together the Onesie Girls Tutu box and the Onesie Boys suit box. And these two files, they're actually from 2016, and I'm just now doing a video. I guess it's about time. Each one does come with a full-size PDF that you can print, and every PDF, it'll have the parts and pieces full size, so if you don't have a cutting machine, you can print these out, trace onto cardstock, and hand cut. And like I said, it'll have all the pieces full size, and it's really helpful sometimes too to be able to look at the PDF and see what what pieces are what, because they're labeled. So anyway, I've got the box base of the box put together for the girls tutu, and basically it's a box that you can tuck in some goodies for a newborn or a baby shower. And I'm going to just put the tops on this one. This is mostly done. It's at the front and the base of the box, and then there's like 4 pieces that go on the top, and it's the tutu skirt. That's just glued like this. There's 2 layers. And the fun thing to do with the girls' tutu is flip this over and kind of give that skirt a little curl so it pops off the box a little bit, makes it fun. So I'll put this on, and when we do the boys' box, I'll show you how the actual box is assembled. And I'm just going to glue that right on there. And there's a little heart here. You can also add some bling, ribbons. You can dress up this tutu any way you like. It has the little heart there, and then a very tiny little collar. And I'm just going to put that on there. And there's one thing in the pattern. It says that there's these little circles. These are to create a bottom snap along the bottom here, like a little onesie would have. That's optional. You can add that. The other thing I was thinking would be fun to add too, you could do little bits of bling along there and maybe add some on the collar. There's lots of things you can do to make it your own. So anyway, there's the girls' tutu, and now I'm going to show you on the boys. I've already put the box bottom together. The box bottom is just a pinch smaller than the top. And the way you're going to know on these 4, there's going to be 4 of these. Like in the pattern, there's pieces for the bottom and pieces for the lid. The lid is going to have, the 2 pieces for it are going to have kind of a half circle cutout, and that's so that you can get your thumb like this and pull the lid off. It makes it easier to get the lid on and off. And the bottom is going to be solid all the way around. So what I'm going to be doing is putting together the lid, and so these are the pieces that are going to go on the top, but we'll put the lid together first. And also, when you take a look at the pattern, you're going to notice that one side of the strip is going to have several of these smaller little tabs. This is going to go along the neckline, and I actually think it's easiest to start with the neckline. And so what I'm going to do is, before I get started though, I go through and I fold all the tabs and open them back up, and then and the other reason I like to fold the top tabs down first too is that when you're going to fold along the lines that go this way, you know that there's a score line there, because that's at the bottom of the tab. So makes it easier to know where the tabs are at if you fold the top tabs down first. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to start on the collar, and since I've done 3 of these, I discovered that it's easiest to start with these two tabs that are on the neckline, and I'll show you why. I'm going to put 1 dot of glue on this side and 1 here, and then when I go to line this up on the lid, I can, hope you can see this, I can add 1 tab there and then the other tab on the other side. And if I get those 2 down, it's like they serve as an anchor for the rest. So I put those 2 on and I just pinch until they dry. And then I'm going to flip it over, push those up a little bit so I can get dots of glue underneath each one of those. And then I'm going to finish the neckline here. And probably, you know, with a lot of edges on this, it is time consuming, a little bit time consuming putting these together. And my advice is just take it slow and easy. Don't get in a big hurry. It's not too difficult. And like I said too, I really like starting with the neckline first because it makes it easier to tell what's what on the rest of it. And so here's the sleeve. I'm going to tuck this one under. And then this is going to fold back. I want to get that lined up good. Hold that down. Okay, now here's an end tab, and this is where we're going to be adding the next piece that goes on here. You could actually add this before you start the whole thing. Actually, it probably is a little easier to do that, because if you do that, you can fold the tab in such a way. Let me see if I can do this here. You can fold it in such a way and then make sure that it's lined up straight. And anyway, so we'll finish going around here. Ooh. And just kind of line it up on the edges. Okay. I'm trying to get up into the sleeve here. Keep them all straight. Okay, and then here's the shoulder, and this is the tab that joins the two. So I'll put a piece of glue there, and some glue there. Fold that down, line it all up. And there we have it. And then I like to go through and turn it over and kind of press those down. And then each of the, oh, I meant to show you too. These pieces, the liners, they're a tad bit smaller than the front of the box. That's so it fits a little easier inside. And if you're wondering which liner goes to which, you know, whether the box bottom or the lid is going to be a pinch larger than the bottom of the box. So if you're wondering, you can line them up, and whichever one is larger is going to go in the lid. Smaller one is going to go on the box bottom. And so I'm just going to run a bunch of glue here, and this is the insert. It gives the box a little added strength, and it also covers up the tabs that we just glued down. And I just nudge that in there, and I'm going to go around all the edges, just kind of push them in there. Makes it a nice finished look too when somebody opens the box. It's always nice when the inside looks as pretty as the outside. Alrighty. Okay, and so now we can put the two pieces together, and this is going to be the top because it has the tabs cut out. It just slides right in there. And then we're going to turn it over and put the front pieces on. And so the pieces I'm going to put on first, there's two little collar pieces, and then there's this, what do you call this down at the bottom? It's where the onesie folds up and snaps closed. I'm going to put that on there, and then the two collar pieces. Might actually use my tweezers. That's going to go like that, so like the point of the collar comes down. I'm wondering if I should put the tie on first. Nah, we'll put the collar on first. Okay. Get the right side on there. And now we'll put on the tie. And there's two pieces to the tie. It's the base of the tie and then the knot. Gonna line that up. So this is the back. I'm getting glue all over. Oh no. There. Okay, and then now we have the tie on, so now we're going to add the vest. And this vest is going to hang over a tiny bit off the edge, so I'm not going to get any glue right over there. But I'll put glue on the rest of it. Line it up on the shoulders. Press it down, and like I said, you can see where there's a little bit of the vest hanging over there. And then we also include where you can cut 2 buttons and put them on the front. You know, 1, 2. Or if you actually have some real buttons, I think it's kind of fun to add those. And so I am actually going to do the real buttons. Put one there and one there. Oops. Okay. And then they're done. The little girl's tutu and the little boy's vest. So hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.